finished at last.
Looks like it, Aunt Mattie.
Huh.
Bye, Dad.
Hello, son. Well, daughter, how was the moving picture tonight?
Lovely.
Mice, that's what it was. Just a lot of mice. There wasn't anybody killed in the whole thing.
No, well, then I'll stick to these. These don't talk.
And that big cluck Norman Maine was in the picture tonight. Never does anything but kiss a lot of girls.
Norman Maine is one of the best actors in pictures.
You and your movies, that's all you think about. You shouldn't be allowed to go to them at all if you're asking me.
Too bad I was so busy in the kitchen. I didn't hear anybody asking you. Hello, Granny. Hello, darling.
But of course, no one ever listens to me.
I do if they're within 10 miles of you.
Gadding around picture shows. House all cluttered up with movie magazines. And the other day, I caught her talking to a horse with a Swedish accent.
Sis. We're only young once, you know.
Ah, Hollywood. You'd better be getting yourself a good husband and stop mooning about Hollywood. Do you know what she wants to do? She wants to go to Hollywood. I've known it all along. I've seen her making faces in the mirror and talking to herself. That's what comes of your movies.
Why, what would you do if you did go to Hollywood?
I'd be an actress. I would, I tell you. I've always known I could.
Guys, wouldn't it be wonderful to have a movie star in the family? Oh, Miss Blodgett, may I have your autograph?
You may not know it, darling, but you're practically on your way to bed.
Oh, Miss Blodgett, you're my favorite actress. Won't you tell me the secret of your success?
Oh, let me alone.
I asked her what's come over you.
I'll tell you what's come over her. She's just a silly little girl whose head has been turned by the movies. And the sooner she forgets the whole thing, the better off she'll be.
Why will I be better off? What's wrong with wanting to get out and make something of myself? What do you do that's so much better? Just because you're satisfied to sit here all your life, you think you can laugh at me. Well, someday you won't laugh at me. I'm going out and have a real life. I'm going to be somebody.
You know, if it was spring, I'd say give her a good dose of sulfur and molasses.
I thought I'd find you. Oh, stop that. Now, stop crying. That isn't going to do you a bit of good.
Oh, I'm crying because Aunt Mattie and Alec make me so mad.
Well, Alec and Aunt Mattie. Fiddlesticks. They're not important. You're the only one that counts.
Esther, everyone in this world who has ever dreamed about better things has been laughed at. Don't you know that?
Oh, I suppose I do, but...
But there's a difference between dreaming and doing. The dreamers just sit around and moon about how wonderful it would be if only things were different. And the years roll on and they grow old. And by they forget everything, even about their dreams.
Oh, I don't want to be like that. I want to be somebody.
Oh, yes. You want to be somebody. But you want it to be easy. Oh, you modern girls, give me a pain. When I wanted something better, I came across those plains in a prairie schooner with your grandfather. Oh, everyone laughed at us. They did at all the other pioneers. They said this country would never be anything but a wilderness. We didn't believe that. We were going to make a new country. Besides, we wanted to see our dreams come true.
Oh, Granny, it must have been wonderful.
It was wonderful. But don't you think for one single minute that it was easy, Esther Blodgett? We burned in summer and we froze in winter. But we kept right on going and we didn't complain because we were doing what we wanted to do. Can you understand that?
Yes, I can.
Could you do it? Could you do it even if it broke your heart? Because remember, Esther, for every dream of yours you make come true, you'll pay the price in heartbreak. Oh, I know what I'm talking about. You may not believe it, but I was a young girl once. A very pretty young girl. A lot prettier than you are. And I was in love with your grandfather. And when some Indian devil put a bullet through him, that is as if it had come right straight through my heart, too. But I remembered all he taught me. And I went right on. I buried him out there on that wilderness with my own hands. And I went right on that same day. And I kept right on going, even when your mother was born.
Oh, Granny, I want to make it worthwhile.
You know, Esther, there'll always be a wilderness to conquer. Maybe Hollywood's your wilderness now. From all I hear, it sounds like it. But if you've got one drop of my blood in your veins, you won't let Mattie or any of her kind break your heart. You'll go right out there and break it yourself. That's your right. Here. Oh, here. Stop that nonsense. Here. Take this and go to your Hollywood.
Oh, I can't take your money.
Well, why not?
It's your savings.
Well, I was only saving up for my funeral. Now I don't think I'm ever going to die.
Oh, Granny, how can I ever thank you?
By giving me your word of honor that you'll never tell a living soul where you got that money.
I promise.
Remember, if you do, I'll have you arrested for robbing me. Here we are.
Want something, Granny?
Oh, I can make it, dear. Oh, thanks.
I kissed Dad goodbye. Just a little kiss. He didn't even wake up.
I bet you didn't try that on your Aunt Mattie.
Oh, Aunt Mattie. Think of her face when you tell her.
I am thinking about it. I've waited for that chance for 30 years. Here she is, girl.
Oh, thank you, cousin.
Well, come on. Here's your prairie schooner.
All aboard.
Oh, Granny.
Go on.
Goodbye, Granny. Goodbye. I'll be waiting for you in those movie pictures. Don't tell Mattie. You know, my eyes are not as good as they used to be, but my ears are all right. So you remember, talk up good and loud.
All aboard.
Bye. Bye. Bye, Granny. Bye.
You want to go home now?
I don't want to, but I will.
Good afternoon.
Day, week, or month?
Well, it's a little hard to say. You see, I'm going into the movies.
Well, you better take it for a week. It'll break your jump to Beverly Hills.
Are all the studios really near here?
All except Gaumont British.
I suppose the best way to get a job is to go straight to the studios, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't any illusions, you know. I'm perfectly willing to begin with a little bit of a part, or even as an extra.
$6, please, in advance.
Oh. I beg your pardon. I'd like to register for extra work.
How long have you been in Hollywood?
Well, it's about a month now.
We haven't put anyone on our books for over 2 years. Come here. I'd like to show you something. Every time you see one of those little lights flash, it's somebody asking for a job. Every time you hear them say, try later, it means there isn't any job. You can't keep the girls at the switchboard long. They go crazy. Every one of those little lights thought it was going to be a star. Still want to go in the movies? You know what your chances are? 1 in 100,000.
But maybe I'm that one. Any phone calls for me, Mr. Randall?
Oh, no. Jesse Lasky and Sammy Goldwyn must be writing letters instead. How's the luck today?
And there wasn't any.
Maybe you don't go at it in the right way. Now take Danny McGuire here. He knows the ropes. Don't you, Danny?
Sure, I've had him around my neck for years.
Huh? What? Oh, Miss Blodgett. Danny McGuire, our new tenant.
How do you do?
Mr. McGuire is a big director.
Oh, are you really? Oh, could you possibly use me in a picture, Mr. McGuire? Of course, I haven't had much experience, but I don't think that really matters if you're willing. And I
Now
really
listen,
feel that...
lady. In the first place, I'm not a director. I'm an assistant director. In the second place, if I had any jobs to give away, I'd confer one on myself. And in the third place, you should have stayed back home in the first place.
Oh, no, look what you've done.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, don't be that way. Don't do that. Gosh, I didn't mean to get tough, but a guy thinks he's being kidded when somebody asks him for a job and he hasn't got one for himself. After all, I'm not a big enough shot to hurt your feelings.
I'm sorry. It wasn't just that. It was a lot of things. Looking for a job every day and never getting any nearer to it. I guess I was beginning to get a little scared.
I know. Lady, do I know. Well, there's only one thing to do for that feeling when you're tired and sunk and down to your last nickel. Come on and I'll buy you a drink.
Well, it's not as bad as down to the last nickel. I still got $11 left.
$11? You're going to buy me a drink. Come on. That's right, George. There's nothing like a little rum to take away that milk flavor. I beg your pardon.
Certainly. first thing I'm going to do as soon as you direct every picture I'm in.
That's my pal.
Of course, I'm going to be perfectly nice about it, but I'll just insist.
Now, that's the way to talk. Don't let them lick you.
Oh, I should say they can't lick me. If they try anything like that, why... I just won't sigh.
Now, that's right. What have you got to lose? Another one of these and we'll open our own studio.
Bill rendered $24. Past due. Remit without further delay. Me.
Fifth race.
Try Campbell.
Hey, the program's going to be swell tonight. Now, you take this fella Beethoven. I'm a pushover for him. And Chopin, well, he's not so dusty either. But I kind of wish that once in a while they'd play something you could sort of go out whistling, you know, like Blood Settle, Blood. Well, there's a tune. Hey, why don't you throw your hat in the air or something, can't you? This is a celebration. My job starts tomorrow.
I know it does, and I think it's swell, Danny.
Gee, I wish you were in on it, too. But, oh, no, it would have to be a war picture. One of those big novelty numbers. A war picture without any beautiful women at the front. Oh, well, something will happen soon.
Maybe.
Why don't you go home, kid?
Oh, Danny, I can't do that. I came here, and I've got to stay.
Well, now, if it's on account of money, I can...
Oh, thanks. You've given me enough already. Anyhow, this is no time to be worrying. This is a party. Look at all the people. Everybody in the world. Look. That's Norman Maine.
And he seems to have had that one extra cocktail.
Sit down, you dope. That's for the orchestra leader.
Hello, Norman.
Oh, Mr. Maine. Mr. Maine, put your arm around Miss Regis.
Adolphe, this is a Hollywood bowl.
Oh, afraid of crowds.
Go on, get out of here.
What's the matter? You getting too big to bother with photographers?
Don't want any pictures taken now.
Oh, is that so? Well, supposing I take it anyway.
Well, shove that brownie number 2 of yours down your throat.
Thank you, Mr. Maine.
Normie, come back and sit down. Everybody's laughing at you.
All right. Hi, Norman.
Is he always like that?
Well, I suppose he has to sleep sometime.
Oh, and he's so wonderful on the screen.
Well, believe it or not, I got a job for you.
Danny, that's wonderful. When do I go to the studio?
Well, you don't exactly go to the studio.
Oh, it's on location.
Well, it's not exactly on location.
But of course, I haven't any makeup. Will you tell me what to get and sort of help me put it on?
Well, you don't exactly need any makeup. You see, it's not really a picture job. It's being a waitress.
Oh.
Well, it's kind of a picture job if you look at it right.
You said it was a waitress.
Well, it's waitressing for Casey Burke, the big director over at our studio. He's giving a party tonight to kind of celebrate on account of finishing the picture, and he wanted me to get him an extra waitress, and it's $5. And I thought of you right away, Esther.
That was awfully sweet of you, Danny.
Well, there's going to be a lot of big people at Burke's house tonight, and I'll bet you there's any number of big directors, and if you're there, maybe they'll notice you.
I could make them notice me.
Sure you could, Esther. It's your chance.
My chance. All right, Danny, I'll do it. Oh, but I can't. I haven't got the right things to wear.
To wear? Oh, yes. Now, you don't think the wardrobe department's right next to my office for nothing, do you? A perfect fit.
Did you get to the preview last night?
I did.
Would you like a little hors d'oeuvre? They are very nice.
Oh, thanks. But what did you think of the picture?
You should have saved it for Thanksgiving. What a turkey.
Will you have some hors d'oeuvre? You do like hors d'oeuvre, don't you? I don't think there's anything so enjoyable as hors d'oeuvre before supper, and these are really delightful.
And at the finish, the kid turns around and sings the lullaby to its mother.
Pardon the big boys, but would you like a little hors d'oeuvre? They say they're the best in town.
Don't tell me. I know. Mae West. That's a great twist. But where are you going to find a 2-month-old baby that can sing?
Hello, Oliver.
Oh, hello, Casey.
You want to fire me now? Wait till you see the picture. I'm not a director anymore. I'm a male nurse.
What's the matter with the picture?
A guy by the name of Norman Maine. His work is beginning to interfere with his drinking. Oliver, don't tell me I'm to direct his next picture, too.
Mm-hmm.
You were my favorite producer.
Now, wait a minute. You just go right on with your directing. I'll take care of these stars. I know how to handle them. I had a serious talk with Norman after that Hollywood boat occurrence, and you don't have to worry any more about his behavior.
Excuse me, Mr. Niles. Mr. Libby of your publicity department is on the telephone. He says it's most important, sir. It's about Mr. Maine.
Thank you.
Oh, it's probably just some little thing.
Of course, Oliver. I'll turn on the radio and see if they've called out the National Guard yet.
Hello, Libby. What's the good word?
Mr. Norman Maine, America's Prince Charming, was apprehended driving an ambulance down Wilshire Boulevard with a siren going full blast. He explained he was a tree surgeon on a maternity case.
Well, will it be in the papers?
No, it won't be in the papers. But that's a nice, expensive hobby of yours, keeping Mr. Maine's informal entertainments out of the public press.
Oh, that's fine work, Libby. Try and see that no one gets to Norman. He's probably home sleeping it off.
All of them. Why can't you forget those dopes at the studio for one night? Business, business all the time. I don't know what's going to become of you.
Norman, why didn't you call for me?
Well, by darling, why didn't I call for you?
In case you've forgotten, I was supposed to come here with you.
Oh, that's all right. I got here without any trouble.
The only reason I don't slap your face.
Yes, darling, I know. Hello, John.
Oh, hello, man.
What's the matter with Oliver? He looks as if he'd had bad news.
Hello, Mary. What's the matter, old boy?
Maybe I'm wrong.
I guess I've been drinking too much lately.
No, you have to cut it down. It's bad stuff. Scotch and soda. Come on.
The word, you know, is pronounced when.
Bad dialogue, Oliver.
You'd rather not watch this.
You know best. Soda. Thank you.
Oh. Go ahead and say it.
I've got it coming to you.
Don't make it tougher on me, Norman. I don't want to stand here and preach, but take a look at my side of it. I'm trying to make pictures with you.
I know. Costs are going up, and the grosses are going down.
No, it isn't that. I've made lots of money with you, and I can afford to take a loss. But I hate to see you going the way of so many others.
Why don't you get Lloyd's to insure you against me?
You can't get insurance against a man forgetting who he is. You're a great star, Norman, but there's nobody so big that he can afford to have people refuse to work with him.
Who doesn't want to work with me? You...
Quiet.
Listen, I know plenty of people who do.
Yes, and so do I. But your real friends can't stand seeing you start to fall apart.
What do you mean by that?
The first signs are always the same. Not being able to remember your lines. Cameraman struggling to cover your hangovers. And all because you have to have a good time. Every day and every night. Listen, I've warned you for a long time.
Okay, Oliver, you're a swell guy. You won't lose any money on me. I'll promise you that. I'll be ready for the curtains when the time comes. When it does, here's my epitaph. And now I think I'll, have a little drink. Scotch and soda. Scotch and soda. Ooh. Come on. A little soda?
Caviar?
No, thanks. Yes, pardon me. Lovely. No, I mean the caviar. No, don't go away. I'm starving. Really. Which would you take?
I don't know.
You know? I don't know either. It's hard to choose. I think I'll take caviar.
Mr. Maine doesn't care for any more. Do you know me?
No. Well, Normie doesn't care for any more. I think I shall get very drunk indeed. Scotch and soda. Sorry, I have something.
Oh.
Mind if I help?
Won't they miss you?
Oh, no. They'll just look under the table, and when they see I'm not there, they'll forget the whole matter. Hey, what's your name?
Esther Blodgett.
My name's Maine.
I know.
You do? Ah. What's so funny?
I was just thinking about all your fans and how surprised they'd be to see you here helping me put plates away.
Oh, they don't know my finer side.
They'd be pretty envious of me, meeting you this way in person.
Oh, you do? Well, tell me, are you disappointed?
Yes. Oh, now you've done it.
Oh, never mind that. That makes the room look lived in. Tell me, why are you disappointed?
I was sitting behind you at the Hollywood Bowl the night you didn't want to be photographed.
Yeah. I'm told I crept into many a heart that night.
Oh, I can never explain this.
You know, you have very pretty hair.
You better get out of here.
And a sensitive mouth. And a charming little
Precisely why you here instead of with the rest of the guests.
I'm just trying to be helpful.
I see. Are you sure there's no other attraction?
Well, it might be that my old mania for putting plates away is coming back on me.
It's rather odd. I always know where I can find you if there's a pretty girl around.
It's not only odd, it's embarrassing.
You're being deliberately insulting, Norman. I put up with this long enough.
Dear, don't lose your temper. Remember, we must try to keep the voice low. I know you'll excuse us if we go on with our work.
Now see what you've done.
Come here. Help me up.
Are you hurt?
No more than usual. Come on, the wolves are on us. We got to get out of here.
Oh, I can't. The dishes aren't finished.
Oh, yes, they are.
Well, I bet I know what you're going to say now.
What?
Good night.
Good night, and thanks.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, you realize that all I found out about you is that you're foolish enough to want to go into pictures?
But why is it foolish? Look at you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. No, I'd rather like to go into this matter a little more thoroughly.
Oh, that's awfully nice of you.
Why don't we go on up to my place and talk it over?
Oh, no, thank you very much, but I really must say good night.
Good night.
But you're not angry.
No. I'm hungry.
Well, why don't you go and get something to eat?
Good night, Miss Blodgett.
Good night, Mr. Maine.
Wait a minute. Peter, the least I can do is to see you to your door. Will I see you again?
I hope so.
Has anyone ever told you that you're lovely? Well, now you know.
Thank you.
It's hard to say, but I want to say it anyway. You know, on the screen, in private life, you know. But whatever I do, I still respect lovely things. And you're lovely. You understand?
Yes, I think I do.
And it isn't that bump on the head that's doing this.
Well, I'm glad.
Good night.
Good night.
Hey! You mind if I take just one more look?
Go away. Quite impossible. I wouldn't even consider it. No. Hello? Who is it? Who? Norman? What have you done now? You're not in jail, are you? Oh. Yes, I see. Oh, it's that again. I see. She's beautiful. Yeah, I know. You want me to give her a screen test? Yeah, certainly. She's got wonderful possibilities. Oh, you know she's got something. Well, you knew all the other ones had something, too.
Oh, no. I tell you, Oliver, she's got that sincerity and honestness and sincerity and honestness that makes great actresses. Oliver, I am so sure of this girl that I want to take the test with her myself. Listen, Oliver, you've worked hard. You're entitled to a break. You get...
Yes, I heard you. Anything. Yes.
Yeah. Oliver, look, you try to get a little sleep now, old man. All right, boy. Good night. Now tell us.